little earlier, you were when I stopped by, you guys were giving like a small demonstration of like one of the items that you have here. So which one was that? I know it was one of the smaller ones, I believe.
It's this box right here, and it's basically takes an old toy from the 80s called the Remco Monsterizer that had a glowing feature, and you put a little guy inside of it. You could turn the crank, slide it out. So we made a miniature version of that.
Here we are in the Toy Expo. How has it been going? And talk a bit about what you have here at the table.
This is our first time. John and I, we're old childhood friends. This is the first time selling at this show, this sort of general show. We've been friends for all our lives, but since we were eight. Yeah, something like 8 years old. A long time. And we were always into monster toys, monster movies, monster comics, monster movies, monster toys, monster comics, and we had shared a passion for this stuff all our lives. We always wanted to do our own stuff, and once COVID hit, we were like, this is the perfect opportunity. We can't leave the house, we can't go anywhere. Let's take advantage of this. Let's make some damn monster figures. So we decided, John's idea was like, he said, I always loved Salem's Lot, always loved Kurt Barlow, my favorite things ever, favorite creatures to ever see on screen. And so we started with that. And then once Kurt Barlow was made, we said, hey, he kind of looks a lot like Nosferatu. Why don't we modify this into Nosferatu? So that's how we ended up with both, basically. But Nosferatu eventually ended up being a complete sculpt, just so he'd look unique. And then we originally were going to we were going to like have them sculpted by hand, molded by hand. But we started looking into 3D printers mainly out of curiosity and to print stuff to paint, because we would hang out and paint every week. And then we thought, why not try to print some of this stuff ourselves? And once we ran those early tests, we realized the potential for what the 3D printer could do. And so that's how we ended up getting what we have right now, and getting these mystery boxes done at 1-inch scale, having a 2-inch sort of like coffin carded figure that sort of represents, sort of candy dime store thing, and even doing a full 8-inch articulated figure. We've got glow resin now, so we're running glow figures. We upped the scale and did a full sculpt for a 9-inch Aurora style kit that's reminiscent of the old 60s Aurora stuff for the classic Universal monsters. And even running that in glow. So the next step for us is to start expanding and adding some of the new monsters, start adding mummies, start adding werewolf, adding some kind of Frankenstein, and then see where we can go from there. We're going to be doing as many horror shows as we can over the next year. And obviously more of these general shows to meet a lot of people and really just move our stuff out there, spread some word of mouth, let people know that Monolith is there, let people see the Instagram page. And eventually we move them to our Etsy page when we put up lots and say, like, we've got, I don't know, let's say the 9-inch kit, glow kit for sale. There's 10 of them. Goes up at midnight Friday. That way everybody's got a few days warning and they know it's coming. So yeah, stay tuned for more stuff from us. We're going to have more stuff coming out as time goes on. And we always show the early stuff. So whether or not it's like a new sketch or a prototype or artwork for the package, we like to share that stuff and keep it up. A little teaser for people to get.
A little earlier, you were when I stopped by, you guys were giving like a small demonstration of like one of the items that you have here. So which one was that? I know it was one of the smaller ones, I believe.
It's this box right here, and it's basically takes an old toy from the 80s called the Remco Monsterizer that had a glowing feature, and you put a little guy inside of it. You could turn the crank, slide it out. So we made a miniature version of that. The top pops off, the bed slides out, and this is the new thing that we're selling today at the show, and we're almost sold out. I think we got like first day. We got a handful left, which is really surprising. So, yeah. So we're gonna do more of that.
again, stuff that we've been hanging out for so many years and doing what we love to do. We love the Monster. We're like, let's make one, and we didn't know if there was going to be a demand, if it was going to work. As it turns out, there is. You know, it's a cult following for some of these toys, figures, models. It's just stuff that we love to do, and if it didn't sell, it was going to end up back at my house. We're going to sit and paint.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
so it's a
if we
win-win.
win. Yeah, like whatever doesn't sell, we just put on the shelf, right? Especially because there's like a handful, and most of these are like limited runs and limited colors. So there might be one or two of each. So either
We
way,
got one today that a guy
Yeah.
bought. It was one of one.
Yeah.
And he was excited to get it. We'll do some other stuff like that in the future moving forward, but we'll do a different scheme to give people the opportunity to collect if they want, because there's a collector market in this too. But it's supposed to be fun, and it's meant to be enjoyed and painted. And this all stems from us just hanging out and painting, having fun with it.
All right, awesome, awesome, gentlemen. Well, thank you guys so much for demonstrating and showing all the cool stuff you have here at the table. I know you say you guys were on Instagrams, so
At Monolith Toys on Instagram. Yeah.